Bad luck is destined. Welcome to the second episode of the Destiny Man series. The first thing is, it happened in the United States at the MGM Grand Zoo in Las Vegas. It was in the morning of September 9th, 2010. At this moment, there were many tourists outside the cage. From the picture, we can see that, except for a male lion. There were two keepers inside the lion cage. The male lion was yawning and lazily lying on the ground, and it turned its head towards the man on the right. At this moment, the bald man next to him noticed the lion's move and hurried forward to soothe it. I guess this administrator is new here. Otherwise, the bald man wouldn't have cared so much about the lion's this behavior. Time, the tourist turned the camera to the lioness on the left, who was eating a seat sideways to the tourists. At this moment, the screen suddenly shifted and saw the male lion pounced on the administrator. When the bald man saw it, he hurried forward to stop the lion's behavior. At this moment, the lioness also came and joined the ranks of persuasion. Fortunately, 1-2, and the lioness kept pulling and dissuading. The lion gave up. I guess the male lion didn't really want to hurt the administrator. Maybe it just wanted to favor him. Soon, the administrator ran out of the camera's range, and the lions lost their passion and left disappointed. He knew that if he didn't run now, his ass would be in trouble. The opportunity to escape. The second thing happened in a factory in China. It was the night of August 17, 2013. A worker was feeding a cloth strip into a rotating machine, but the guy next to him stepped on the cloth and was instantly rolled in. Fortunately, the colleague next to him reacted quickly. They turned off the power and quickly pulled him out. His whole body had been rolled into the machine. Then the supervisor also came and pulled him out together. Fortunately, the internal rotating equipment was still some distance away. He didn't go in deep and didn't cause much harm. It seemed that he had sprained his leg a little. The man really needs to thank his colleague for saving his whole family. The next thing happened on a bridge in Ohio, USA. It was noon on March 1st, 2024. Rebecca happily drove her semi-trailer, driving on a bridge. Just then, a pickup truck suddenly lost control and crashed. In a hurry, she quickly turned the wheel to the right. From the window, we can see she was turning the wheel in the opposite direction. The car was on her left, so it was at this position. The steering wheel was turned to the right. The distance from the bridge was too close. The front of the car then hit the guardrail. The front of the car fell down in an instant. Fortunately, a steel cable firmly held the front of the car. Then the rescue team quickly arrived at the scene. They used a crane to rescue Rebecca from and rescued. Fortunately, the truck's box was large, so the box was firmly stuck by the bridge's support. Therefore, Rebecca was very lucky not to become a neutrino. After the incident, Rebecca said in an interview that she was very lucky. Now she goes home and prays to Booty every day. Then she drove her beloved semi-trailer again and started working again. When you are driving, you must pay attention to defensive driving. Look, Rebecca was obviously not paying much attention. This also led to the fact that after the accident, she didn't respond more timely. Fortunately, she was lucky and didn't become a neutrino. The fourth incident happened in Teotihuacan, Mexico. In Teotihuacan, Mexico, on March 22nd, 2023. On the afternoon of Sarah and her family spent $450 to experience a hot air balloon flight. But they didn't know that death had already set its sights on them when the hot air balloon took off. For some reason, the basket quickly caught fire. Due to the intense fire, the balloon also flew higher and higher. The rope on the ground had already broken. All three of them knew that. In this situation, they couldn't count on anyone. Finally, they made a bold decision. The parents held their daughter like a sandwich. Held their daughter and jumped from 100 meters high. Finally, Sarah miraculously survived. But both of the elderly died, according to the later reports, except for facial burns. Had multiple fractures all over her body. At that time, the staff who helped them operate the hot air balloon, Victor, was also arrested by the police. According to him, for some reason, the burner suddenly got out of control and the flame burned into the lower basket. Seeing the bad situation, he jumped off before the balloon flew too high. Even so, his face was still burned by 90%, which is basically disfigured. He explained that he was a novice in this situation. He didn't know what to do but to run away. The area where the accident occurred is the famous historical site Teotihuacan in Mexico. Visiting on the ground, you can't feel its grandeur and magnificence. Therefore, the local tourism has given birth to project of hot air balloon flying over the ruins. Because the number of companies doing this business, but the safety management of relevant departments has not kept up. So the tragedy was foreshadowed from here. All I can say is, may there be no hot air balloons. The last thing happened in Taiking City, Taiwan Province, China. As we can see from the footage, a worker was knocking on the mouth of the water pipe. When the hole was opened, a huge suction force suddenly sucked the worker in. From the follow-up reports, we learned that although his colleagues quickly rescued him, but due to the speed of being sucked in, the helmet failed to protect the worker's back of the head. After being hit, he died on the spot. The local authorities, to prevent other accidents from happening, they started construction overnight. The ground was laid the next day. So, that's all for this video. The video is for safety education only. See you next time.